Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're plunging into Dennis Kelly's really chilling play, DNA. We'll be exploring a fascinating question. How does Kelly use language, not just for communication, but, well, how does it subtly corrupt? How does it warp the morality of his characters, turning words into these tools for, self-deception and control?
That's exactly it. That's the core of it, really. What we'll uncover is that in DNA, language isn't just dialogue. It's more like the invisible architecture that reshapes their whole reality. We'll see how their words become these instruments for rationalization, for manipulation, and ultimately for this chilling emotional detachment from the horrific things they do.
Yeah, as we dive in, it becomes clear pretty quickly how language gets weaponized in the play.
Yeah.
Especially by certain characters.
Oh, absolutely. Phil is the absolute master of this, isn't he? His sparse, almost surgical commands like, you'll do this, or we'll all be fine. They're incredibly potent. They don't just instruct. They sort of strip all the emotional weight from the situation. They create this little bubble of compliance where others just fall in line.
Without needing big threats or anything.
Exactly. No overt threats, not even much discussion, really. It's a quiet, almost psychological coercion.
So it's almost like their words aren't just describing reality, they're actively constructing a new one for themselves, for the group.
Precisely. Yeah. The characters constantly rationalize their actions, reshaping perception, to suit their needs. Think of Kathy talking about the innocent man they framed. She says, he's not going to go to prison, he's going to get some help.
Right. Reframing it.
She's reframing a devastating crime as if it's a good outcome for him. Twisting the truth into this palatable lie. Or John Tate's logic, which is just so warped. If we talk about it, we're part of it. That turns silence itself into this perverse shield against guilt. It's a chilling kind of moral mathematics where their own futures they outweigh another person's life. They're suffering.
But it goes beyond just manipulating others, doesn't it? There's this even more disturbing thing happening. A complete perversion of language itself, where meaning gets twisted.
It's truly striking how the very fabric of language becomes corrupted. Adam, the victim, he's consistently called him or the body.
Never by name.
Never by name. And that's not just accidental, It's a deliberate linguistic act. It strips him of his humanity, makes it easier for the group to distance themselves emotionally, and chillingly, think about Kathy describing torturing the postman. I was really happy.
Yeah.
Here, the word happy is just wrenched from its normal meaning. It becomes something sinister, revealing this profound moral void.
It's chilling, isn't it? This almost casual approach to evil, how it just sort of seeps into their everyday language.
Absolutely. And that casualness is key. It helps understand how they manage to discuss murder and cover-ups using such mundane, everyday slang. Kathy's flippancy, he's dead. Everyone thinks he's dead. What's the difference?
Oh.
It normalizes the horrific act. It makes this terrible crime sound like, a simple logistical problem, blurring the lines between right and wrong until they almost disappear.
They're not just talking about it, they're minimizing it.
Exactly. Absorbing it into their ordinary lives.
And this ease with language seems to lead straight to a terrifying ease of moral abandonment. It happens so fast.
Yeah, if you connect it to the bigger picture, their dialogue, or sometimes the lack of it, it reflects an alarming speed in this moral decay. There's no drawn-out debate, no agonizing over decisions. Everything feels brisk, almost clinical.
Like Phil with his crisps.
Exactly. Phil's iconic silence is just calmly eating crisps while others are panicking. They're not just an absence of words, they're powerful. Unspoken communication. His quiet decisiveness, that unspoken this is how it is, it guides them more effectively than any shouting could. It just strips away any room for moral debate.
Or even thinking about it.
Right. Introspection goes out the window. His silence becomes the ultimate linguistic weapon, deflecting any moral responsibility.
So how does Kelly manage to pull us, the listener, into this? Into this really unsettling moral landscape, make us confront it?
Well, Kelly's dialogue directly challenges you, the audience. Think about Leah's frantic monologues.
Yeah, talking at Phil.
Talking at Phil, exactly. These desperate, one-sided conversations to this silent, unresponsive figure, they force you to confront how easy it is to sort of intellectualize immorality, without feeling the direct consequences yourself. And Kathy's chilling comment, it's not about the truth, it's about what you believe. That directly questions your perception of reality, your certainty.
Makes you wonder what you'd accept.
Exactly. And then the ultimate twist, finding out Adam is alive. Well, that retroactively exposes all their justifications, all their rationalizations. It shows it wasn't just panic, it was calculated moral bankruptcy. It forces you, the listener, to reevaluate every single word they said. The play ultimately suggests that ethical integrity needs more than just good intentions. It needs constant, conscious attention to how language is shaping our moral reasoning. In a stark reminder, really, of how easily words can become tools of deception, both for others and maybe even more disturbingly, for ourselves.
It really leaves you wondering, doesn't it, about the very foundations of your own morality, how fragile they might actually be when things get tough. What would you do when words are your only weapon or your only shield?